Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sophia Wardell, and today we have a very special guest, young adult author Whitney Amazeen. Whitney is the author of the young adult novels Something Bright and Burning, One Carefree Day, One Day Too Late, and A Summer of Dandelions. Thanks for joining us today, Whitney.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we are so excited to have you back to discuss reviews and endorsements. So, first, I want to ask, where do you get most of your reviews from?
So in the past, I have used services like NetGalley, and Booksprout, and I think there's one called Book Sirens as well. I utilized a lot of paid services for my first two novels, but they're pretty pricey, honestly. And there's no guarantee that anyone's going to leave a review. So for my latest release, A Summer of Dandelions, I actually did a completely free method, and I have had more success with that than any paid services I've ever used. And basically what I did was I went on Facebook and I found groups where there's people who want to read arcs, and I joined them and posted my book cover, the tropes,
Oh.
the description, and said, if anyone would like to receive an arc, I have a form on my link tree where you can sign up. And I did the same thing on Instagram. I posted a graphic that I had made on Canva, with my book cover, and I had put like the tropes surrounding the cover with like arrows pointing towards the book cover.
Hmm.
And in the description, I just said, I'm looking for ARC readers. The signups are open. If anyone would like to receive an ARC, there's a form on my bio in my link tree. And I had over 100 signups, which I think is
Wow,
is more than enough for a launch day amount of reviews.
that's great.
And every single reader, I gave every single ARC sign, everyone who signed up, I gave them an ARC because I'm looking to build a good team. And, you know, some people, the book might not be for them necessarily, and that's totally fine. But I don't want to, what's the word? I don't want to gatekeep my book and potentially miss out on someone who might have really enjoyed it and been a really good ARC reader in the future. So I would say, like, when authors are just starting out, get as many reviews as you can and build a dedicated team. I also had emailed all my ARC readers and said, if after this book you would like to join my permanent ARC team, I will send out a link for that later on in my newsletter, and you can sign up. And I will probably narrow that list down to about 25 to 50 readers, probably 25, honestly, just of people who are absolutely bonkers about my stories, my dedicated ARC team.
Right.
And I'll probably, as a reward for being part of my permanent ARC team, I'll probably give them paperback ARCs instead of e-ARCs, just because I know ARC readers love physical copies more than
Right.
ebooks. But it's very expensive to give everybody a paperback. So if you can find a really good solid list of like 15 to 25 readers and give them paperbacks, I feel like that is a good amount to launch with, as far as reviews go, because we're not traditionally published books necessarily. I mean, some authors like who go traditional, they get a lot of reviews on launch day. But I think readers just really want to see like a few reviews about what people are saying and if that book is going to be for them or not.
Right. Right. Exactly. And on the note of having already published a book and you have these ARC readers and then you publish the book, and how do you get continuous reviews from people that just find your book and read it? How do you encourage that behavior?
Yeah, so it's a really good idea, especially if you're an indie author. When you're formatting your book, or if you hire a formatter, you can ask them to put a page in the very back of the book, like right after the story ends, that says, if you enjoyed this book, I would love if you'd leave a review, and just kind of like thank the reader for reading and ask them very politely if they wouldn't mind leaving a review on their favorite platforms,
Hmm.
because a lot of people read the book and enjoy it, but they don't think to go and leave a review, especially on Amazon necessarily. I know Goodreads, a lot of readers really like to use Goodreads to track their reading progress, but Amazon is super important for reviews as well. And some people just forget. Like I know I do. Like when I read a book, I hardly ever leave an Amazon review, and that's terrible. I should be doing that. Um, But when I see a page in the back of the book that says, "Would you please leave me a review?" I remember and I think, "Oh yeah, absolutely. I will do that for them."
That's great. Yes. Like asking you shall receive, give, and a lot of times
Exactly.
people give back. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, and would you say that Amazon is the most important place to have reviews?
Um, I think okay. I think it is important in the sense that, and I'm not an expert on Amazon's algorithm per se, but I think that if you have reviews coming in, they will push your book in the like the people also bought this book section.
Right.
So I think that getting reviews on Amazon causes your book to show up more for people if you're
Hmm.
not like paying for ads. So in that respect, yes. But as far as like reading, like just being a reader, I always look to Goodreads and I don't know about everybody else, but I don't really check Amazon reviews when I'm looking for a book to read. I just go straight to Goodreads. And that's where I look. But I do find books on Amazon under the you might also like or like customers also bought section. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, I do think Amazon's important for that as far as sales go.
Smart. Yeah. And my last question would be, how do you connect with bloggers to get endorsements?
So for that, I don't actually reach out to bloggers per se. I have had some bloggers contact me. Um, I don't focus a whole lot on endorsements, but it is really nice to have them. When some of my ARC readers are bloggers also, so when they will read the book, they will also post it on their blog, which is really nice.
Mm.
In the past, I've reached out to like Kirkus for their indie reviews and like Library Journal, but it costs a lot of money for independent authors to use those services. So I don't know that they necessarily translate to sales. I think they're
Right.
nice to have, and if you want your book to be in libraries, I think you might have to have at least one editorial review. Um, but don't quote me on that. But otherwise, I don't think they necessarily translate directly to sales. So I don't put a whole lot of emphasis on.
And what reviews would you say directly correlate the most? Probably Goodreads and Amazon to selling
Definitely.
books.
Yeah, there is a funnel effect for sure. And I think it goes cover, because people will see your cover, and if they're interested, they'll click it. And then next would be the back description. If they think that the synopsis sounds interesting to them, they might head right for the reviews. And if the reviews are promising, they're probably going to buy the book.
Well, thank you, Whitney. That was great insight on reviews and endorsements.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that I could be here to talk about it.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into today's interview with young adult author Whitney Amazeen. Be sure to check out our website for more videos. Wishing you all a fulfilling and successful writing journey.